So here's what I want to do. Like, because we get so many questions. Like, the number one question is, are you really a cop? And most of the time, the answer is obviously, well, duh, yeah, I'm a real cop. My stock answer has always been, no, I go around stealing cop cars and uniforms and then go on the run.
Right.
After they discover I made a video in there.
You go on the lam.
Yeah, I'm on the lam. You have case files, Clarice.
Hello, Clarice.
All right, I just live up with fava beans and a nice Chianti. So the answer now is no. Actually, right now I'm not. I'm in this...
You're in limbo.
I'm like a cop transgender.
You're in cop
sorta.
limbo.
I'm in transition.
Oh,
Just leave it. I'm adjusting.
What are you
just
doing?
The producer, what we're hearing in our microphones,
He's trying to screw
our
us up.
headsets is
He's trying to throw me off my game.
jacked up. Yeah, why are you trying to sabotage your own?
That's going to look really funny on camera.
It is going to look really funny. Good thing both my hands are on the table.
Mine are too now.
Wait, have we mentioned how close we are? There was my slam on transgenders, I guess. It's going to be perceived as such.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a cop in transition. That's my point. Whatever. But what we can do for the next few minutes, perhaps, is outside of that question, which is, are you really a cop? I always get some form of questions about,
Are you a
have any-
female? Yes, right. I mean, I know it's like, no, guys, Mike's a real guy.
I'm
he
a
just
real guy.
acts a little feminine.
I have my proclivities, right? Toward the feminine.
See what I mean?
Even my vocabulary gives me away. No, people ask about, do you have any advice? I'm about to go to the oral board interview. I'm about ready to start my background. Any advice? I have to do this polygraph. Any advice? Yeah, if you're taking a polygraph, pop a couple of Xannies and lie your ass off.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty simple.
And don't clench your butt
Pretty
together,
straightforward.
right? Isn't that what
No, you put a pin, right? You poke yourself with a pin. I've heard all kinds of ways, whatever. I'll tell you what. Side note, polygraphs. I'm glad Michigan isn't having because I think they're bullcrap.
No,
I don't
they're
know,
ridiculous.
I don't know what your thoughts are
Not
on
a big
polygraphs.
fan, but whatever.
Do they really? So people understand polygraphs. The machine does nothing. Honestly, really, it monitors certain bodily
Movement,
functions.
Yeah, bodily functions.
But it's really a person that's interpreting it. It is subjective.
Yeah.
So there are good
Not
readers.
It's a tool, right?
It's a
not.
tool.
It's a tool,
It's
and I
not-
think it's not a bad tool. It's a good tool, but it's not
this automatic
the be-all,
way.
end-all.
Like if it says
Yeah.
you're lying, you're lying. If it says you're telling the truth, you're telling the truth.
That's why the person who gives the test really needs to know their stuff,
And they're not admissible in court.
right? And they need to know how the questions to ask and all
Right.
that stuff.
So it's an art more than a science, and if that makes sense.
It's really
There's
artsy-
science behind
artsy
it.
fartsy,
It's
right.
should be in a museum.
It
should be an art show. I call this polygraph.
It's like a carnival sideshow.
I'm gonna draw an artistic rendition of polygraph. I'm gonna sell it as art. And I'm gonna make millions.
That sounds amazing.
I'm doing
You
it.
will not make millions.
I'm doing it. And
Wait, what were we
hornyduck.com
just
will be
ta-
in the corner. What
were
I'm
we
saying
just
is
talking-
people ask these questions about this. So, I'm
Yes.
sorry. So the polygraph thing is interesting because I know people who have admitted to me that I lied about
A, B, C, or
X
D.
on the polygraph and I passed. And I know people who have been very honest. I mean, unnecessarily so.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
And have failed. So I just, my advice on polygraphs is I have no freaking idea. I've never taken one, never been subject to one.
Right, me either.
I probably wouldn't take one even if I was suspected of something, and I wouldn't even try to use it as a way to exonerate myself because I just
Right. It just
I
doesn't
feel like really weird about them. Whatever,
In
I
the
could be
first
wrong.
place,
I'm
yeah.
insane. Some guys be like, in reference
He's
to
got
the
to
polygraph.
put his glasses on.
Whatever. Yeah, it's like the adamantium guy. Anyway, aluminum.
Well, I like that you asked, what's the one, like, what is their advice, especially...
They ask about these different stages, right?
Yeah, but really it's all the same.
Yeah.
In my personal opinion, it's be yourself, and I know that it's so cheesy, but if you are not yourself, you are
You're setting yourself up for a lot of
a
headache.
huge problem.
Yeah.
And the second thing, and a very, very wise, and it actually ended up being a captain in Pontiac, the guy's awesome. I wish I could say his name out loud, but I didn't know if he would approve of it. But he was...
I just realized I can move this. I didn't think...
Well, you pushed mine towards my face.
Well, yeah, I want to hear you.
Thank you. But He said, no matter what, stop it! You're ruining the moment.
Okay, I'm back.
No, he said, no matter what circumstance that you're put in, especially asked like specific questions, no matter what it is, he said, when you answer with the right thing. Do the right thing. What is the right thing to do? You can never go wrong by doing the right thing. Yeah. And so if somebody asks you, would you lock your own mother up for, and I think that's a very loaded question, especially now having been on the job a while, but would you lock your mother up for drunk driving? You can't go wrong by answering with the right thing, by utilizing what the law states or what the law wants. And so if you were to say, yes, I would lock my mother up for OUIL.
I'd lock your mother up.
I'd lock your mother up real good.
I'd lock your life up.
I will lock your whole soul up.
I'll lock your face up.
I'll lock my fist up.
I'm going to lock my fist on your face.
Up. Dang it. But in the end, you just can't go wrong by doing the right thing. And so if they're like, well, you would lock your own mother up, well, it's the right thing to do.
A lot of people
approach
interview questions, application questions, background questions with that idea of I need to tell them what I think they want to hear.
Oh, yeah.
Versus,
and again, that's you not being
just
yourself, too.
Be honest, be yourself, because in the end, if it's not a fit, right? If you're going to go work for a department, when they ask that question, they have an idea of what they want to hear. Right.
So
they're asking it for a reason.
Well, it's
so
a
if they say, "Are you
checklist.
going to arrest your mom for whatever?" and you say, "Yes," that department, if you don't mean it, that department does. They're saying like, "We expect you to arrest your mother."
Yeah. It's a checklist of things that they're going down. Would you do that? If you were to say, "Absolutely not. I would never do that to my family," that's something they can't check off the list.
Right.
Really, that's what it comes down to.
So you got to answer honestly, because if they want to hire you after your honest answers, then you can work with that.
Absolutely.
Right? Then it could be a good fit. Otherwise, it's, like I said, it's going to be a headache, because now they have certain expectations of you, but you really weren't honest about your answers. You gave them what they wanted to hear, not what was really in your head and in your heart, right? So now you're just constantly butting heads with admin or your bosses or whatever, because there's a certain expectation of you, and they're like, well, you answer the questions. You told us that you would do this or whatever, and now you don't want to do it. Thanks for watching this clip from our podcast Off the Cuff. If you like what you're hearing or seeing and you want to watch the whole episode, you can do so on our Patreon page, patreon.com/Mike the Cop. Check it out. You get exclusive video contents, the full videos of the podcast. That's where we'll be hanging out. We answer questions there as well and engage at a little bit more personal level than we can on YouTube. So thanks so much for that. See you over there.